Has your mom ever told you to your face that she wished you were dead instead of your little brother? I was 8, maybe 9, tops. It was one of those random Saturday cookouts at the park near our apartment complex in San Antonio. My mom, Lisa, had been drinking since noon. Cheap beer in a red Solo cup, laughing too loud with her work friends. She stuck me with my little brother Ethan, who was barely 2 and still in diapers half the time. "Watch him, Christopher," she said, like it was no big deal to leave an 8-year-old in charge of a toddler while she got wasted. Dad was there too, but he was busy flipping burgers and talking to his buddies. At some point, Ethan started fussing because he had to pee. Dad scooped him up and said, "Come on, buddy, let's go to the bathroom." And they walked off toward the concrete restrooms on the other side of the playground. I saw them go, but then my friend Mason started chasing me with a Nerf gun, and I totally zoned out. Kids, man. 10 minutes feels like 2 hours when you're that age. Next thing I know, Mom comes storming over, cigarette dangling from her lip, eyes already red from the beer. "Christopher, where's your brother?" I froze. My brain did that thing where it just blanks. I don't know. She grabbed my arm so hard, her nails dug in. "What do you mean you don't know? I told you to watch him." She started dragging me across the park, yelling the whole way. People were staring, but nobody said shit, because that's how it was back then. We got to this old guy sitting on a bench with crutches. Mom basically screamed at him, "Did you see a little boy, dark hair, red shirt?" The guy pointed toward the parking lot. "Yeah, some man took him that way a minute ago." That's when she lost it. She spun around, still gripping my arm like she was going to rip it off, and started screaming in my face. "You stupid little shit! I told you to watch him and you let someone take him! I swear to God, I hate you, Christopher! I wish it was you who got taken! I wish you were dead instead of him!" I started bawling, like ugly snot running down my face, crying. I couldn't even talk. She just kept dragging me, half running toward the parking lot, still yelling that I ruined everything, that I was worthless, that she never wanted me in the first place. Then we rounded the corner by the restrooms, and there was Dad walking out with Ethan on his hip and my little sister Chloe holding his hand. Ethan was fine. He was laughing, holding one of those little juice pouches. Dad looked confused. "What's going on?" Mom let go of my arm so fast I almost fell over. The switch flipped like nothing happened. She plastered on this fake smile and said, "Oh, nothing. Christopher just wandered off for a second." And she looked at me, still crying, and hissed, "Go play, now." I couldn't move. I just stood there, shaking. She leaned in close, so only I could hear. "Stop crying, or I'll give you something to actually cry about." I walked over to the bench by the slide and sat down, arms wrapped around my knees, trying not to let anyone see me lose it. Dad came over a minute later, crouched down, wiped my face with his shirt like I was still 5. "Hey, buddy, it's okay. Go play with your friends." I didn't want to, but I went because I was more scared of making it worse. I never told anyone what she said. Not Dad, not my teacher, nobody. I just carried it. For years, I actually believed maybe she was right. Maybe everyone would have been better off if I'd been the one who disappeared. Here's the part that still keeps me up sometimes. 2 weeks ago, I was helping Mom move into her new apartment after the divorce finally went through. We found this old photo album in a box. There was a picture from that exact day. Me sulking on the bench, Mom laughing with a beer in her hand, Dad holding Ethan. On the back, in her handwriting, it said, "Best day ever. My babies are perfect." She looked at the photo, laughed, and said, "God, remember when you lost your brother and I almost had a heart attack? Kids, right?" She doesn't even remember screaming she wished I was dead. I just nodded and said, "Yeah, kids." Anyway, that's the story of the day my own mom told me she hated me and wished I didn't exist, and then forgot it ever happened. So, Reddit, have you ever had a parent say something so brutal you still hear it 25 years later, even though they swear it never happened? Drop your story below. You're not alone. Upvote if this hit hard.